I fell in love, but that's okay, cause we in love. Oh my God, so in love. Okay, see it to believe it. Do you have to see something to really believe it? That's something I hear all the time, right? So many people will be like, I don't believe in ghosts because I've never seen one myself, right? You could hear the most convincing story in the world, but you're gonna sit there and be like, but it wasn't my own eyes that saw it. Yeah, gang, there's 8 billion people in the world. Do you think everyone's gonna get a chance to see a ghost? No. What if you're just not special? What if you're not deserving to see one? Then what? Then are you gonna believe it? I think the number one thing that humans ever made is language. The fact that we can communicate has helped us make buildings, has helped us make societies, has helped us make cities, right? All of this stuff comes from planning, and planning usually happens with words and communication. But somewhere along the lineage, someone decided to just mess everything up. They were like, So I see how everything is going well, and we have language that, like, can really provide us with value and certainty about certain stuff. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lie. Someone just decided to do that one day. We have like ancient legends, we have ancient myths, we have all this stuff that's passed down as like some spooky fairy tale story, right? And we might know it's fake. Like, we know Bigfoot probably isn't real. It's just like, oh, back in the day they talked about monster in the forest. Yes, of course, forest is scary. People are always scared of forest. So they talk about monster in forest to make it more scary, because that's believable, because forest is already scary. So if there's scarier stuff in the scary part, yes, you're going to be like, this probably right. So what makes sense? Whatever. It's cool that those stories exist until you realize that it blocks out so many possibilities for new stuff. What if someone genuinely saw a ghost? What happens? The whole entire world is basically in a constant boy cried wolf situation. Everyone is taught these legends, these myths, these mythical creatures when they're younger. You're taught about Santa Claus. You're taught about the Tooth Fairy. And then you grow up and understand that you were lied to. It's not real. So part of it is like, yeah, it was fun though. It's still fun to believe in that stuff. But then another part of you is like, well, now you're not gonna believe in anything. All I'm trying to say is, like, it would be so upsetting if ghosts genuinely exist, but every single time someone tells a story about it, no one believes it. Everyone sits there and says, I need to see it to believe it. Gang, how are we going to get anything done? Imagine your dream job is in another city, and they were like, hey, you got to move to the city. We got you covered. But you sat there and were like, I don't even know if the city's real. I don't even know if the city is really there. How do I even know that the city exists, right? You could look it up on Google. You can see pictures of the city, but you've never been there. You ain't seen it with your own eyes. Honestly, it's the same thing with the city in general. You could be in the city, but how do you know that's really where it is on the map? You can open Apple Maps and see your little dot on the map, but how do you know? How do you know that's where you are? It could be a lie. You gotta see it to believe it, gang. How about you take a drone? Right? You take a drone and zoom up from the ground to see where you really are on the map. But then guess what? That could be fake too. It's not your own eyes, it's the drone's eyes. So basically, I think that the ideology is stupid. Having to see something with your own eyes to believe it, dumb, stupid. We gotta stop that nonsense. We also gotta stop the nonsense where we're telling these legends all the time. We're telling these mythical stories. Gang, stop. We're not in fantasy land. I want to hear someone talk about a ghost story and not question them. I want to not be like, you're lying to me. Like, what are you talking about? I just think lies are told all the time where it makes sense why we think they're lying. It makes sense why someone's going to tell you a ghost story and you question it. That makes sense. But that's the problem. The problem isn't that you don't believe it. The problem is that it makes sense why you don't believe it. The problem is that there are so many lies in place all the time to where you won't believe it. And it makes sense why you don't, because you've been lied to the whole time. I just don't know what to do, like, as a start, because obviously believing everything you hear will not work right now. That's the problem I want to fix. But imagine if you were like hung for lying or something, just like the old days. Obviously not hung. I don't want to execute people. That's stupid. But what if it was just frowned upon to lie? Like you actually got in trouble for lying. It wasn't just like you mess up a relationship for lying. You actually are held accountable for it. Little lies are fun, right? If it's like a little joke, whatever, don't make sense. But like if you post a ghost sighting and it's not a real ghost sighting, I think you should be in trouble if you don't make it clear. If you're trying to make someone think it is a real ghost sighting and you know it is not a real ghost sighting, I think you should be held accountable. I want someone to tell me about a ghost they saw and me believe them. A slight problem with that is that some people are insane. Some people, see things that aren't really there. Your mind plays tricks on you. Obviously, we know this. So still, even if someone is telling the truth, it still might not be the truth. There might not have been a ghost even if they saw a ghost. So what do we do about this? We take it with a grain of salt. The ones we believe all the way are the ones that are proven. Maybe you can have a ghost leave a little handprint on your wall. Maybe you can write something and the ghost writes you back. Maybe you're playing Charlie and the ghost gets to move the pencil, right? Any of these proofs, any of these proven, any way to prove that the ghost was there. That's when we know you're onto something, right? Positive. I don't got to see it with my own eyes if I got these ghost hunters over there that tell me it's real. But when ghost hunting becomes like this funny little thing just to make money and it's just like some like funny, it's not serious, then it's almost we're mocking them, bro. You want to mock the ghosts? That's what you're trying to do? I don't think that's a good idea. I think out of any creature here, the ones we mock are the ones that are also alive, just like us, and they're stupid. Like my dog or a little bunny or an ant. But you're telling me you want to mock the possible undead? You're trying to make light of a situation where there could be a trapped spirit haunting you, gang? Not the brightest move. I'm just trying to say there's probably so much we're missing out on, so much amazing information that we just will not believe because our own eyes didn't see it. Why are your eyes special? Hey! I'm working on a website to house all my music, videos, and community. Phase 1 starts on Patreon. If you're interested in helping the vision come to life or even just supporting the project, I'd love to see you over on Patreon. Link in the description. If you want to help support my fight against Spotify, this is the way to go. Like if someone has a gift for you and they give it to you and you say, no, you don't have a gift. This is just wrapping paper. No, that would be stupid if you said that. That is because you have a brain who understands that the wrapping paper is just the outside. That's the part you see. But you know that the wrapping paper is there to cover the gift. So when someone hands you a gift, you're not going to be like, that's not a gift. That's just wrapping paper. No, you're going to use more than your eyes to believe. I think the greatest problem is having to see to believe. Because we don't do that in everyday life. If we did, oh my God, we would sound so stupid. But then for some reason, when it comes to ghosts and spooky stuff, we're going to sit there and be like, I got to see it with my own eyes. Having to see something with your own eyes to believe it is the same level of stupidness that like believing the earth is flat. I was never shown the earth before, but I can still believe that there are people smarter than me that have seen the earth. And I'm going to believe what they say. Obviously, if I see otherwise, different story. But I'm not going to be like, I need to see it to believe it. No, I don't think my eyes are that special. I think the astronaut's eyes are more credible than my eyes when it comes to that. So if there's someone specialized in talking to ghosts and like communicating with them or something like that, I don't really know how that works. Gang, I'm going to trust their eyes more than mine. That's all I'm trying to say. Seeing to believing will make you stupid. I've never seen the borders of the state that I live in. But I can't just act like they're not real. Actually, guys, I'm making this video from Turkey because I've never seen the border of Turkey. I've never seen the ocean that separates me and Turkey. I've never seen any of it. So I'm not even going to believe it's there. Which means I'm in Turkey right now. Actually, I'm in Antarctica. Like, no, I sound stupid. Yet, for some reason, when we do the same logic, but with ghosts and spooky stuff, we don't sound stupid because it's normalized. I want to make it not I want to make it normal to be gullible and believe everything. No. Like I said, if you get caught lying about this stuff, you should be held accountable. People should not have to always think that there's some secret going on. People should not always have to think that there's lies that they're being fed. We should be able to trust the people specialized in what they're doing. If you really look at a lot of the stuff going on right now, it's kind of crazy. I think these ideologies would really help. Like if a nuke was being dropped on us and you got a message on your phone that said evacuate, a nuke is being dropped on your city. Are you gonna go, A, oh my God, there's a nuke coming, we should evacuate and follow the directions as stated? Or B, I don't actually see the nuke dropping, so like, who knows if it's really there? So stop having to see to believe. Yes, people are going to lie. Yes, people are going to cheat, steal, all this horrible stuff. But if you really lived your life having to see everything to believe it, you would not be as far into it as you are right now. Some stuff you just got to be like, hey, these people know more than me. But this is not medical advice or advice, and this is not advice for anything though. So yeah, don't trust everything. I will not be held accountable for your gullibleness. Be smart about it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below if you've ever thought about this before, right? Or if you do need to see to believe. If you're one of my ops, you can let me know too. I won't have any harm against you. I will just be like, hey, let me see, let me make sure you see something, you know? I don't know what that means, but take it how you will. This is a weapon. This is a military grade assault weapon. And you see it here right now. So you better believe that that's what it is, because it's coming for you. Yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Let's have a discussion about this. Let's argue. No mean words though. Like this video so more people get to see this beautiful message. Maybe we can change the world. Subscribe to be more likely recommended future videos. If you enjoy this conversation, you will enjoy more, and more are coming. So subscribe to stay tuned in. Last but not least, listen to Blakey on all platforms. Blake with a Y. Blakey is my music name on all platforms. Music. Go listen. See y'all. I hope to catch you soon. I'm actually not really here. This is all fake. I know you see me, but you better not believe me.